So hello everyone, welcome to Triaright. This is back 365. Myself Sujit. So in this session, we are going to learn how to create our user-defined exception. Okay. So as of now, we are already seeing how to handle our error. Means by the help of our four blocks: try, expect, else, and finally. Then now we are trying to see how to create this error, because as of now we are already see some user-defined error, just like value error, type error, zero divisional error, index error, key error, name error, attribute error, import error, file not found error, indentation error. Now my requirement will be just like this. I want to create my own error. Okay. So first I just want to show you a user inbuilt error. Okay. Suppose if I try to display a type error. So here I'm just try, if my requirement will be I want to concatenate a string into integer. Okay. Now if I try to run this one, so here it will be displaying me that type error, means we cannot concatenate, or we can say that we cannot add string into a integer. Just like that, here if you see, Python developer are already creating this by the help of our classes. Okay. Because in Python, everything it will be purely based upon our classes and subclasses. Here also, all the classes are mainly inherit from our exception class. Okay. Now we are trying to use this exception to create this type of error. Means in this place, I want to give a name, and in this place also, I want to give a name. Okay. How to create this user defined error? Now we are trying to see now. Okay. So whenever we are trying to dealing with our user defined error, it will be help to our better error handling and make code more readable and maintainable. Okay. So then how to create this user defined exception? Okay. So whenever we are trying to dealing with our user defined exception, first we need to create a class, and that particular class must be inheriting from our exception class. Okay. Then only whenever we are just try to create error, we have a range keyword. Means at any time and any place we can create our own error. Okay. We are trying to use this both the things. So after creating this class and range keyword, now my requirement will be I want to handle, because in file handling says that you need to understand how to handle your error. So here also we are trying to doing the same thing. Okay. So in my case, I want to take an example of our registration page. Means in the registration page, I am just trying to take the help of our age. Means the age must be between 18 to 16. If I just typing less than 18, it needs to give a error message as age must be between 10 to 16. Okay. Just like that, I'm just trying to create this error. Okay. So to create the user defined error, first we need to create a class. Okay. So now if you are giving a class name, that class name will be reflecting every time if your user will be typing some user input and it will be facing some error. At that time it needs to display. So here my error name will be invalid. Okay. Invalid age error. Okay. So my error name will be that. So make sure that it needs to be inheriting from our exception class. So after exception class, we cannot sure that how many time it needs to be inherit. Means we can say that 5 time, 10 time, just like that. But we cannot sure that how many time. Just to avoid this one, now we try to create our constructor. Okay. For every user, they have different user ID. Okay. Just like that. That's why I'm just trying to create this constructor. So here I'm just trying to create this constructor, double underscore init double underscore, and here it will take one mandatory argument, that is called self. After self, here my requirement will be I want to check based upon our age. If I'm typing the age less than 80, it needs to give error. If I'm typing the age greater than 60, at that time also it needs to give the error message. So here my first parameter will be age and my second parameter will be message. Okay. So guys, here I'm just trying to take this message as default message. Okay. Means I don't want to pass every time the message. If you see, every time the message will be same. If you are giving the same wrong information, it will give the same message only. That's why it needs to same for every user. That's why I'm just trying to keep it as age age must be between 18 to 60. Okay, after I am getting this particular thing, now I need to initialize both the thing. Means first my requirement will be I want to initialize the age as well as the message also. Okay, so self dot age equal to age, and the next requirement will be self dot message, or we can say that msg. Here I'm just trying to take this msg. Okay, it will be taking long message. Okay, msc equal to msg. After that, so guys, just see, we are inheriting all the property from this exception. Now I'm just trying to use the inherit, means whatever the constructor they have present in our exception, now my requirement will be I want to inherit that particular thing. So how to use that? We have a concept called our constructor chaining. Okay, now we are trying to use our constructor chaining by the help of our super keyword. So how to use this? Now you need to follow your super keyword. After you are writing your super keyword, now you need to initialize your constructor. So double underscore init double underscore. Here I'm just trying to initialize the message. Okay, self dot message, whatever the message I'm trying to sending. Okay, so after I am creating this message, now my requirement will be I want to send this message outside of this class. Okay, so in Python there will be one more dunder method, or we can say that special method are there, double underscore str double underscore. So the use case of this double underscore str and double underscore, it will be required information gather and send outside of the class. Now we are trying to take the same thing. So def double underscore str double underscore, and here also we know that it will be take one mandatory argument, that is called self. Okay, now here we need to create our format, or we can say that the error format, how you need to display. So here I need to create a f string. So first I need to display my age, whatever the age you are typing. After that I need to display my error message. Okay, so self dot msc, whatever the message will be creating, that message needs to be go outside. Okay guys, after I am creating the class and this str to send the message outside, then my requirement will be I want to create a function, because we cannot say that how many user it will be checking this particular error. Means as of now we are seeing some one user, means based on one laptop we can see one user, means there are lots of users are there. That's why I'm just trying to create a function, because how many times the user might face we cannot sure about that. That's why here I'm just trying to create this particular function. So here I'm just trying to use this register user, because we're trying to create for the registration. Okay, so here it needs to take a user input as age. Based on the age we need to initialize our error or not. Means every time the error will be not come, because if the error will become, then only it needs to display. If there will be no error, then the output it needs to be displayed. Just like that we're trying to bring this same thing. So here I'm just trying to make the condition that if the age less than equal to 18, or because from both of these, if the both condition need to satisfy, then only I just want to check this, either age will be less than or either age will be greater than. Means from left and right hand side, if one condition will be satisfied, then only I'm just trying to display this error message. Okay, that's why I'm just trying to specify, or if I'm trying to specify the and, it needs to satisfy both the things, but here I don't want to satisfy both the things. So guys, whenever the age will be satisfying this condition, means it will be error, means the age will be less than and greater than 60. So in that case I just want to create a error. So in Python, how to create a error? By the help of our range keyword. So here I'm just trying to write range keyword. Here I'm just trying to use our invalid age error. So guys, just see here the invalid age error will be there, and here I need to take this as my age. Means I'm just trying to create this class. Okay guys, just see here I'm just trying to create this class. After I'm creating the class, if the age will be not satisfying this condition, means we can say that your registration will be getting successfully. So here I'm just trying to print this one. So registration successfully completed. Okay, successfully. Okay, after I'm writing this, still we don't have any catching practice. Means we are just trying to create this error. Then how to handle this error? By the help of our for block try, expect and else block. Now I try to use the same thing. Okay, so here I'm just try to use my try block. After I'm writing the try block, now I'm just try to take the user input, because after I'm getting the user input, then only this function needs to be activating, guys, right? Without calling the function will be never getting executed. Okay, now I need to take the user input. So how to take your user input? By the help of our input function. So input function will give the output in the form of our string, but my requirement will be I want to get in the form of the integer. That's why I'm just try to use the typecasting. So input, okay, here I'm just try to write enter the age. Okay, enter the age. After I'm getting the age from the user, I need to send this user age to my registration user function. So here I'm just trying to call this one. So registration user, and here it will be take one mandatory argument, that is called our user. Still, if I'm trying to run this one, it will give me an error. That means we cannot create a single try block. Either you need to use your expect block or finally block. Okay, now I'm just trying to use my expect block. Okay, so guys, just see here I'm just trying to create expect block. Before the things, whenever we're not creating this invalidates, every time we are just try to use this exception, because in the exception all the errors are available now. But in my case, my error will be our invalid error age. So here I'm just try to catch this error as my error message. Okay, after I'm catching, I'm just try to print this one. Okay, so in the form of our f string, I'm just try to print. So the custom exception, okay, so the custom exception catch. Okay, after I am writing, I am just try to displaying the error. Okay, how to displaying the error? By the help of our error message. Okay, so whenever every time this code will be running in your backend, now if your user will become and they wants to create a registration page. Okay, as of now I'm just try to give the user age as 23, means it needs to be satisfy this condition. Okay, so guys, just see this condition will be not satisfied. That's why here it will be printing registration successfully. Now if I'm trying to give a age less than 18, so here I'm just trying to keep it as 11. Okay, so guys, just see here it will be showing custom exception catch 11, means if you don't want to display this error, means the age, it will be okay. Okay, I'm just trying to remove that. So here it will be displaying that particular thing. If you don't want, you can remove. Then guys, just see here the message will be coming that age must be between 18 to 60, means we can create our own error. If I'm trying to find 65, so guys, just see custom exception catch age must be between 18 to 60, means we can create our user defined error by the help of this inherit trans process. Means first you need to create your class, then it needs to be inherit, then we can create your constructor, and by the help of our str method. Okay, now we have to write your theoretical part. In our upcoming classes, we are trying to discuss some more examples related to this one. Okay, so now we are trying to write our user defined exception. Okay, what is user defined exception, how to create all the things, each and everything we are trying to write. Okay, I'm just trying to increase the size. Okay, so here I'm just trying to write user defined, okay, exception. So first, what is user defined exception? So it is a, okay, so it is a, why it will be displaying like that. Okay, so it is a custom, it is a custom exception. So custom exception, yeah, custom exception class, okay, created by the programmer, created by the programmer to represent, okay, to represent our error in our Python, to represent specific error in the program. Okay, specific error in the program. Okay, then what is the use case of this? So it helps. Okay, it helps in better error handling. Okay, better error handling, and make code more readable, and maintainable. Okay, maintainable, because it will be helpful to create our own error. Okay, now the next one. So here, maintainable. Okay, yeah, the next point, how to create this one. Okay, so to how to create, first we need to define a new class. Okay, so here I'm just trying to write how to create error, or we can say that the exception. Okay, so first you need to define a new class. Okay, define a new class that inherits. Okay, that inherit from. Okay, inherit from the built-in exception, inherit from the built-in exception class. Okay, then we can say that optionally overriding the double underscore init or the double underscore str method is to customize the message. Okay, so optionally, if you are trying to do also, it's okay. If you are not doing also, it's okay. Okay, so here I'm just trying to write optionally override. Okay, override the double underscore init double underscore or double underscore str double underscore method to customize the message. Okay, to customize the message. Okay, so that's all for this session. In the upcoming session, we are trying to see some more example related to our user defined exception. So thanks for watching Triaright.